inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are
Welcome back to Original GM. I am Hupahu, once again joined with Chikala and Wachi. And we're back to Season 2, Episode 1, or 53, however you want to call it. Had so much fun last season. It was freaking awesome. So the last finale episode, you guys were left in the temple. And that's where we're going to start tonight. You guys ready?
Yeah.
We're going to try this Twitch thing out. Live on Twitch. Hopefully it'll go well. Okay. When last we left you guys, you were in the temple. You had just gotten back from the big battle. Myra has perished, died, her soul was eaten by the soul eaters. And you guys are sitting there kind of gathered around in shock. Lily, you're being consoled by Gorgain and Aphrasia, and everybody else is in the room. Gordon will look at you, Zira, and say, I got something to talk to you about. Can you come in this other room over here?
Yeah. She will.
Okay. Tuffy will follow you guys. And so you guys go into this room where you saw the bodies that he had mentioned had been people that had been bitten by vampires.
Yeah.
And so the bodies are in there laying on the table with, cloths over the top of them. When you come into that room, Gordon will telepathy to you and he'll say, I have the hand of Zira.
You grabbed it?
I severed it from her arm.
Yay!
And I think it's probably time to get rid of that hand.
Yeah.
that you're wearing.
Yeah, I agree. We're at a point where it's becoming dangerous.
There is a way.
You hear that in your head.
From Vecna?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There are a couple ways we could go about this. You could attempt to sever the hand from your body without my blessing. Things may not go the way that you think they will. The other way is much simpler. It is a choice. Either you or the priest did. You possess his soul. He wears my eye. If his soul was destroyed somehow, then I would return directly to him, and the hand would fall off and turn to ash, and I once again will be free.
Gordon's like, what do you want to do? He pulls the bag out and hands it to you.
I'll take it from him.
Bless you, Watchy.
Thank you. Do you have some tissue?
We have been getting over being sick, so the whole crew, all of us, not sure what we got, if it was COVID. Who knows? Don't know. But yeah, we've been incredibly ill for the last 3 weeks or so. Just now starting to get over it, so
Thank
So
goodness.
yeah, so bear with us. So, yeah, that's what Vecna says.
Yeah. She'll look at Tuffy. Like, hey, Tuffy,
Yeah.
can you give us a minute?
Oh, okay,
Please? Thank you.
of course. He'll get up and leave again, go back in the other room.
She'll pull out the mirror with the soul eaters in it,
Okay.
and she'll pull out the gem.
Gordon's like, what are you doing? You see them kind of appear at the mirror and look at you like with anticipation. The two soul eaters, they're you can see their energy is still present. They've still got that glowing energy coming off of them.
So, it's me or Steph, she'll say to Gordon. And if I try to remove the hand without Vecna's blessing, then there's a chance that it won't work. And then it's not going to come off. And what he wants is Steph's body.
Who? Vecna?
Yes? If it's me or Steph, I choose me.
Yeah, most definitely, but is this the only way?
If I want his blessing, yeah.
Is his blessing a curse? You know, I mean, this is Vecna we're talking about.
It is. But I would rather have him as an ally if I do this, or at least not an enemy.
Yes, of course. The other way I could not protect you or those you love. You seem to be struggling with the moral decisions that involve our acquaintance.
Okay, but let's just keep this between ourselves, Gordon
Yeah.
says.
We'll tell them now it's just not the time. She'll throw the soul gem into the mirror.
Okay. All right, you toss the gem into the mirror and you see the soul eaters just devour it and start sucking the energy out of this soul storing device. And you feel your arms start to itch just a little bit.
Look at it.
It starts to turn like a more of a grayish color, more towards ash, and then you see it just fall off of your stump onto the ground into a pile of ash. And you feel yourself lose several abilities.
Yeah.
Um, One in particular is your mind bar, which you no
Yeah.
longer have.
I knew that was gonna happen. Shit.
You no longer feel the presence of Vecna inside of your mind. You feel like he's gone.
That's crazy.
Feel a form of release suddenly. And Gordon's like, are you okay?
I am. She'll reach in the bag and pull her hand out, put it on.
Oh, you'll put the hand of Zero on?
I will put the hand
Okay.
of Zero on. Absolutely.
All right.
Get my hand
It
back.
is an artifact and it melds to your arm. Here it is.
Oh, goodness. Oh. Okay, goodness. I'll look at that in a second.
Yeah. Now that you look that over.
She'll look at Gordon and be like, my mind bar is gone.
Yeah. I can see that being a problem. I don't know how to fix that. Meanwhile, back in the other room, Lily, you're tore up from what took place, and you're crying, and a little time goes by, and you see your mom and dad come in the door over by Todd, and they come running over to you. Your mom does, and says, "Oh, sweetheart," and she gives you a big hug. You see Gorgain step away and move back from it, and your dad comes over and puts his hand on you, and they give you a hug, and your mom's like, "I'm so sorry." Your dad looks at you. He says, "It's okay, Lilith. It's okay. We'll make it right. We'll figure out something." Everybody else in the room's kind of looking around and comfortable and calming down from the situation. Aphrasia's right next to you, too. Tuffy comes walking back in from leaving the other room, and he says, "We have a wake planned."
When? Where?
Whenever you're ready, I think it would be best to get it over with as soon as possible, so that we can get her body into the living mausoleum, which is a location through that room there. It's a mausoleum of bodies that have no souls. There were a lot of them. Tessa has brought some back from Beacon, and so
I need to see Bella.
okay. She is through the sanctuary. Go to the back of the sanctuary to where the priests are. Her room is back there. I'll have someone waiting for you. Actually, I can guide you if you would like.
Okay.
Your mom goes, "We'll go with you, dear."
Okay.
Aphrasia's just comes with you. She doesn't leave your side. So you go through the sanctuary. Everybody kind of goes about their way as you guys leave.
Mm-hmm.
So in the back behind the sanctuary is where all the priests and priestesses gather. So when you come through the sanctuary and you go through the door, you come this way right here.
Okay.
You can see tables and desks and things like that. And there's statues of Ariacs. And as you come around the corner right here, your mom and dad just kind of wait right here by the curtain. And you go in and you see Bella. She's taking care of Rabbit. His body is sitting in the bed, sitting up. Looks like she's been there taking care of him for a while, like he's still alive.
Right.
You go in, Appriciate follows you, and she turns and looks at you.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
I'll go sit next to her.
You see she's got a tray full of food that she's putting up. You realize she's eaten, but there's also a tray sitting on the bed in front of Rabbit, but it's untouched. And she goes over and takes it and puts it on the tray. She kind of moves his hair over his ear, and looks at him, and she's like, what's up? What's going on, Nellie?
There's no easy way to say this.
She kind of looks at you for a second, worried. What's wrong?
They got Myra.
What do you mean? Who? What do you mean got her?
Soul Eaters. The same thing that happened to Rabbit.
What?
She
No!
is gone. She's gone.
She starts screaming no and drops to the ground, and her face is in her hands.
I'll go kneel down next to her and just hold her.
Okay. She bawls. Your mom steps in. Appriciate kind of steps off to the side, and your mom comes over and puts her arms around both of you.
And just let her cry it out.
All right. That's going on in there. Awful sad. I know. Back into the other room while that's going on, because she cries for a little while. She's and you're not feeling too good either right now. So
Yeah.
So back in the other room, when you put the hand on, the things that are on there take place that you see on the artifact.
Yeah.
And nothing noticeably visible happens on the outside,
Okay.
Tuffy,
Right.
Tuffy, when he escorted Lily back there, he comes back into this room and he tells everybody, we're going to have Myra's wake upstairs. I'd like for everybody to go there so when Lily's ready, we'll be able to get it taken care of. He goes over and tells Gordon and Zira that as well.
Okay.
And sees. So, what do you do?
Before he walks back in, I was going to say she'll pull out her gloves.
Okay.
And put her gloves on.
Okay. So the hand is burnt. It's like, you lost it in the lava.
The lava, yeah.
But there's still 2 rings on it.
My wedding ring.
Your wedding ring
nice.
and the other ring.
And the
is,
regeneration ring.
yeah, so they're still on it. And what's included on that artifact is those particular ring abilities are on the artifact permanently now. The rings
That's where those come from?
That's where they come from, and
Okay.
the rings don't come off.
All right. Yeah, she'll put gloves on.
Okay. He walks in as you're putting your gloves on. He doesn't. You don't think he noticed, and
Nice. Yep.
he tells you guys we're going to be having Myra's wake.
Okay.
All right. You guys are going to make your way on up into the upstairs room.
Okay.
Let me pull that map up for you real quick. All right. After a while, Lily, she stops crying, and your mom talks to her, and your mom telepathies to you and tells you that your father and her have decided to take on Bella, and that she's sorry she didn't do it before, but that she knows that that's not something you can do right now. And so she says for now she could just live with us. And then she starts telling Bella, she kind of helps with Bella and gets her up off the ground and everything, and gives her a hug and says, "Dear, you'll be staying with us. Don't worry about anything for now." At that point, Aphraisia will say, "And we need to take Rabbit to the living mausoleum." You see her kind of stop and start to get angry, and then she kind of looks down and she's like,
It's the best place for him, sweetie. And when we do figure this all out, their bodies will still be there.
you see Aphraisia kind of look at you for a second, and then a couple priests come in and start taking the body. She cries again.
Tell Bella, you belong with us. You belong with my family. You are my family just as much as Myra was, and I want you to know that I always want you by my side. And when you can't be with me physically, then you can be with my parents.
She nods. You can tell she's not sure what to think right now. She's in a state of shock a little bit. Of course. After they take Rabbit's body out, you see her go over and start looking through his stuff, and then she comes over to you and hands you a bag, and she says, "I think this is yours."
You take it.
It was all the stuff that Rabbit had. I don't know what it is, but I know that's the bag.
Okay. Thank you. Would you like to take the rest of his stuff with you to your new home?
She kind of looks over at it. I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Aphraisia says, "We can keep it here for now, dear. And if you need it, we'll bring it to you immediately." She's like, "Okay." Aphraisia then telepathies to you. She says, "Whenever the two of you are ready, everyone is ready for the wake."
Okay. Would it be too much to ask you, Aphraisia, to figure out? I know I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Rabbit was my assistant and he was in charge of all of my finances and my properties. I'm assuming that that's what this is, and I just don't have time to deal with it right now. Can I
Yes, of course.
have you,
Of course.
whenever you get a minute, go through it? And
Yeah, I could do that for you.
Okay.
No problem. She'll take it from you. Your dad kind of steps in and looks in, and he's like, "I'm going to go ahead and head on up." And your mom's like, "We're coming. We're
We're
coming."
ready. I'll grab Bella by the hand.
Okay. Make your way up there. Okay, Zira, Erez, all of you that are in the other room, do you do the same?
We do.
Okay. All right. Everybody goes into the upstairs meeting room, and when you get there, you have is this room? Okay. Yeah. All right. When you get there, that's who's in the room. You see Myra's coffin. You see some of her equipment up here. You see people all around, sitting everywhere, all around in the room from the party. You do notice Gavin and Benny are in here. they're sitting over by Valia. And Valia, when you came in, they smiled at you real big. You realize they're holding hands with one another.
Nice.
And Tatalda, Vorsel's in here. Tessa is in here. Your brother's in here. He kind of looks at you when you come in, and your mom and dad, and he kind of looks at you and kind of looks down for a second. And they don't say anything to him. They just walk over and sit down.
I'll walk over and give him a hug before I sit.
Okay. He gives you a hug. He says, thanks. Thanks for sending her to get us. Appreciate it.
Of course, brother.
And we're going to take a quick break real quick.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure.
So everybody kind of gathers together and, says hi to each other and all of that stuff. And then everybody kind of finds a seat. Tuffy will be standing up by the coffin, which you see sitting on a pedestal. You can see her backpack. You can see two cards, playing cards, sitting over here. Her sword and dagger. And Tuffy says, thank you all for coming. Thank you, everyone. People just sit down, and he says, I'll start the wake off with the fact that we're going to try to remember Myra in a good light. She saved the heroes of the North. She did it more than once. She did it when she took the bite from the spider. Instead of someone else, it was her. And though we tried to cure her, we knew there was no way. And maybe we saved her as well. Now she can go to her final resting place. I know that there are many things that come to mind with Myra, but I would just like to say that I feel like, as the priest of the Heroes of the North, that I failed her. I feel terrible about what has happened, and I wish there was some way. But we will do research and find out all we can about these soul eaters. Right now we know that our greatest enemy is Vala, for she has taken one of our beloveds from us. You'll be missed, Myra. Is there anyone else that would like to say something? Go ahead and come on up. And he steps off to the side. You look around, you see Vay stands up and he walks over. Not exactly sure what to say, but we all enjoyed Myra's company. I liked her a lot. She was a bitch. She said what she believed. She stood her ground, no matter what it was, no matter who agreed or didn't. Very unique individual, and she will be missed. In honor of what she did for us, I was thinking about the name of the city. It's Mirabilia. It's M-I-R-A. And I think we should change it to Mirabilia. M-Y-R. So from here forward, it'll be known as Mirabilia. At least to us. And we'll spell it differently on all the documents and everything. To Myra. And he holds up a glass and pours it out onto the floor. And takes a sip and walks back over by Eris. When he does, he puts his arm directly around Eris. And you see Todd, when he had moved, Todd kind of got closer to you, but he's no longer there. He moves out of the way.
Oh, goodness.
Todd does. And, Vay almost, checks him out of the way, so he has to kind of move.
Oh, goodness.
But he doesn't do it in a rude way. He just kind of does it in a excuse me kind of way.
She'll wrap his arm around his waist. Or wrap her arm around
Okay.
his waist.
All right.
When he does that.
You see Todd notice it, and then he just kind of goes back to looking around the room.
Thanks, Vay.
Probably didn't do it for you, but
Right.
anyway.
All ego.
Right.
Yeah. So he looks over at you and Bella and
I'll stand up.
okay.
Bella. I'll ask Bella if she wants to stand with me.
She'll go with you, but she doesn't seem like she wants to say anything necessarily. She kind of looks down, and she'll walk up there with you, though.
I just don't know, you guys. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to move forward. I don't know what to do. Myra was always unapologetically herself.
Some people nod.
She was so strong and so full of life. And the very last thing that she said as the Soul Eaters took her was thank you. The last words that came out of her mouth were thanking me, thanking us. Thank you all for being here.
Something you notice is Dusty, and he's looking at you. He's looking right up at you. He smiles. You're like, what the?
Yeah. He never looks.
He gets up and walks over to you and gives you a hug in front of everybody. And he tells you it will be okay, Lily. We are all here for you. He doesn't talk with any autism. He doesn't seem the same.
Like somehow he was healed from it.
Yeah, like he's really strong. Like he pats you and he looks you in the eyes and I mean, you're like, what the hell? Everybody kind of like,
What the fuck?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he goes over and sits back down. He did that in the middle of your speech, the end of your speech. He does that. Everybody kind of smiles at him when he goes and sits down, and Vay's kind of looking over Eris's shoulder, and he's like, what the fuck? Told you that kid's weird, he says in your head.
And Eris is
Yeah.
saying, I adore him. He's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too, but yeah, he's strange.
He's the only other person who could see the rainbows.
He just looks at you out of the corner of his eye, raises an eyebrow. Bella steps forward and she says, I will miss you, sister. And then she's still holding on to Lily's hand. You see Tuffy come up and he says, everyone should be able to say their respects, give their respects. But let's give Lily a chance to say goodbye too. And people just waiting on you, basically.
Turn around and face the coffin.
Okay, Bella does too. It's closed. Yeah, of course. You see on top of it are two swords crossed. And it's a very nice coffin. It looks like it was handmade. It's beautiful. You look over and you see all of her equipment sitting there as well, and you notice both of the cards. One of them was from the deck of many things, and one of them is one of the ones that controls the Citadel Stone. Mal has the other. And, yeah. Tuffy will tell you what that stuff is. Not that you don't know, but he'll tell you that's all yours. Myra had a will, and it all went to you. Everything.
I look at Bella. Would you like to have her sword and her dagger, love? You can use both of them, yeah?
Yeah.
I think you should have them. I'll pick them up and hand them to her.
Okay. She'll take them. She starts looking at them, you know what I mean? And they're nice. They're both really nice.
Yeah.
You've never really known what they do. You've never picked them up. You don't know, but she's concentrating when she's looking at them. She's like really looking at them.
Like one of them might be intelligent.
Or that it's powerful something. You can definitely see a reaction from her holding them.
I'll put the card in my bag.
Okay. Which, both of them, or?
Oh yeah, mine was, yeah.
Let's pick up both of them.
Okay. So you got both, you have two of the cards to the Citadel, and then you got the original card that she drew that gave her ownership of the Citadel itself.
Okay.
The Deck of Many Things card.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And then her backpack is there. As you're doing this, people are coming up and paying their respects and walking out of the room or off to the side or whatever. Valia.
Mm-hmm.
Benny and Gavin are kind of giggling, looking at you, and Gavin kind of leans over and he's like, "Hey,
Hey.
can I hug you?"
Of course.
He comes over and gives you a big hug.
Hug
And he's
him.
like, "Thank you for my gift. The pearl.
You're welcome.
That was so sweet of you."
Yeah.
And Benny kind of nods at you like he's not sure what to do, but he's standing right next to Gavin.
I'll give him a hug too.
Oh, he hugs you. He's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah.
Ray
It's a little
kind of
strange.
stifles a giggle.
Okay. It's a little strange, and Gavin kind of looks at him and smiles at him, when he does that, when you guys do that. So your mom and your dad come up there and stand next to you and everything. And the Frazier's there with Bella, and your mom's just talking to Bella. And people start finding their way out of here. You do notice that Yayla's here, and she comes up to you and gives you a hug. And she says, if there's anything I can do, let me know.
Thank you. You could.
Love you, Lily.
I love you.
She gives you a kiss on your cheek, and she
Bella-
leaves.
Bella might need a friend.
She stops and kind of turns and looks at Bella, and they look at each other, and you can see there's something weird there. You're not sure what
Something
it
happened.
is, but she goes, oh, yeah, of course. Anytime, Bella. You see Bella kind of look down for a second. She looks up, and she's like, thank you. And she looks back down again. You're not sure what that's about, but, and,
Some kind of teenage drama, something.
something's there that's not quite right between the two of them. You're not sure. And so, at that point, Gorgain will come up and stand next to you. And he realizes that your mother and your father are there. When that happens, your father kind of looks at him for a second, and you see Gorgain kind of look down like, oh. And then your father's like, he does that with his hand, like, come over here. And Gorgain kind of moves forward, and your dad steps away from you and allows Gorgain to come stand next to you.
Aww.
And Gorgain looks confused for a second, and your dad just kind of smirks a little bit. And then your mom, you notice that she looks like out of the corner of her eye with surprise. She's like, so Bella, we have a room, she says, and it'll be perfect for you. Anytime you want anybody to come over or whatever, it's our house is your house. You see Bella kind of look down. She's like, okay. And then she turns back around and says goodbye to Myra again. Puts her hand on the coffin and walks over by Tuffy. And everybody starts clearing out of the room. You see Vorso look over at you and nod at you. And in your head, you do not hear her. She stops for a second.
I forgot.
She steps up and walks over to you face to face, and she says, Jamal sends his condolences.
Please give him my love.
I will.
Tell him I miss him so much.
He is fine.
I miss him so much.
He was responsible for me being in the Planetarium.
We could not have survived that without you.
I don't know, you guys were pretty capable. Those gladiators were not to be toyed with, and you toyed with them. So
Except I wasn't playing.
she nods. All right.
Thank you.
So you all kind of clear, everybody starts to clear out, and before everyone leaves, Tuffy announces that there are guests here. They're down in the sanctuary. Vampires. They wish to parlay with the heroes of the North. I know that there's things going on at Lily. We got it taken care of. If you need to stay here, we understand. But I'm going to have to go talk to them. So, if anyone would like to come with me, that's where I'm headed. In the meantime, if there's anything else you need, Lily, let us know.
I think Aphrasia's got me covered, but thank you, Tuffy.
All right, and we are going to take another break right there, and we will be right back live on Twitch.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure, story shaping, magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are we are There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure, story shaping, magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are we are There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping.
All right, we're back. So, Lily, you gonna stay there?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Valia will go.
All right.
All three of my characters will go. Before Eris goes, she'll walk up and she'll give Lily a hug and tell her that after this, I want to talk to you.
Okay.
And then she'll go.
All right. Let's go to the main sanctuary. As you guys come and make your way down and you enter the sanctuary, you will see Dr. Levitt sitting over here. But you also see Gidget and 4 others.
Ray would kind of look at Gidget.
She smiles and waves. Vay looks very troubled. Very troubled. You see 3 females and 1 male standing next to Gidget. One of the females is definitely the elder of all of them, and you can tell by the look she's the leader. And then, as you guys make your way in here, Dr. Levitt stands and he comes to the heroes and he says, "Greetings and salutations. I have come to introduce you to some important allies. I know we have not always seen eye to eye, and we have stated that we are frenemies and have been for some time. But you should be aware that these individuals are vampires, but they are allies. I will leave it up to them to convince you of such things. But there is so much that you need to know about Mirabilia that you do not. And I believe that they will be able to help you in this matter. So I will introduce the leader of their family, Vesha. Please give my respects to Lily for the loss of Myra." And he'll make his way out.
What the fuck?
Punk ass bitch.
I'm so glad Lily's not there.
Punk ass bitch.
Greetings, I am Vesha. Amore, formerly. Now we are known as the Blood Hand. We are the children to the Ancient One. We come in peace. We come as what they call exos, those that have been cast from the society of vampires in name. We are, or have been, rebuilding our name, our new name, the Blood Hand, for some time now. But we are no longer royalty of the House Amore, and we do not answer directly to that family's name. These are my sisters and brother. I do believe that you are aware of Gidget and have met her before. And we hold no ill will to what took place between you. And she looks over at Vay. I understand your trepidations with vampire kin. We have the same trepidations as you. Though we are part of the vampire society in a way, we also know that there are those here that would be very against us from that nation and from perhaps you. And she looks at all of you. I will introduce my siblings to you first. This is Azen. Hi.
She seems to be very standoffish.
Azen?
Yes. So I'm gonna show you their pictures here real quick instead of just their tokens. But this is Vesha. You can see her eyes are a deep red color, as well as Azen, her sister, the one that she just introduced. They look like vampires. through and through. And then she introduces her next to youngest sister, the one that's right here on the bottom, and her eyes are pink. And she says, "This is Sorrel." And then, "This is my brother, Lamast." His eyes are kind of an orange color. So their eyes are all different. And then, of course, Gidget, which you've seen many times. You know, her eyes are blood red, like it seems to be like the two elder sisters as well.
She's creepy as fuck. Gidget.
And, yeah, you know she's a vampire through and through. Like, she wants to eat people, and, you know, that's always been her way. She's the one that came from Sanguine. And so, yeah, she introduces all of them to you. And Lamast seems to be very chill. He doesn't seem to be overtly evil or overtly aggressive or anything like that. He actually smiles and looks a little shy. Sorrel is the same. She's wearing what look like green-colored robes, and you see a mistletoe symbol around her neck.
Sorrel?
Yes.
Like, is in mistletoe is in druidic?
Yes. But she's a kid. She seems to be about 15 years old at the most. But, you know, they're vampires, so...
Right, it doesn't mean anything.
So she kind of looks around, and they all introduce themselves, you know, and nod at everyone. Vay seems to be very intent on Gidget.
Right with telepathy, Vay. Be like, what did she mean? What happened between you guys? What is she talking about?
I killed her. I threw her through the disintegration portal.
You did what?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she told me she was the child of the Ancient One. And I thought that would be the easiest way to deal with the problem. Besides the fact that she was wanting to eat everything in sight. And moreover, I think she was a spy, obviously.
You could have told me. You could have told me. Like, I don't really care that you killed her, but you could have told me.
Obviously, I didn't kill her.
Obviously. The fuck?
As I said before, we do not hold any ill will towards any of you. Actually, the reverse of that. We have come to educate you and inform you about the Vampire Society. Currently, the city of Mirabilia is divided into vampires and those that are not. Over half of those presently within Mirabilia are vampiric in nature and have been called here by the Ancient One. From all over Shill they come and have been coming. About 25% of Mirabilia are Lycan, soldiers of the vampiric nation, hidden amongst your people. My family is here to help. We are here to inform you of these things, let you know exactly what the vampire nation consists of. So I will start by simply saying the politics of vampires is full. It is as full as those politics that you possess. as elves and dwarves and humans. For many of us were those things before we were vampires. These groups, these political affiliations are something you must become very versed in if you're to survive what comes. All vampires are ruled by the Council of Nine. One of them has just left. The council sees my family as exos, but we are building up our reputation as best we can. I should be honest with you and tell you that there is someone else who technically leads this family. We as the Blood Hand have an elder brother named Sabian, but he is full of chaos. He cares not about politics or control. He cares not about helping. It's important that you know that I rule this family regardless of his station. He cares not. It has been my goal to try to keep our family together, even with his chaotic nature. He is very akin to Gidget. In many aspects, she follows his ways. As far as the Vampire Society goes, there are many groups, and I cannot tell you everything. We do not have enough time, but I can give you a book that will explain everything to you, including our hidden symbols and their meanings. She holds it out.
Zero, step up and take it if nobody else does.
You start to move that way.
Does somebody else do it first?
You see Vay step up.
She'll let him
He
take
kind of
it.
look. He doesn't see you when you're doing it, but he kind of looks at her and he steps up and he holds his hand out, and she gets it to him. Let's take a break right there. The air just came on. We'll be right back.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are heroes. shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping, magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are there's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping, magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are we are heroes. inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are
And we're back. Sorry about that. Heater kicked down. All right, so
The book.
Vay takes it.
I am Lamassed, and it is a pleasure to meet you all. I've heard so much about you. Each of you, in your own way, are legends. I see that there are some not present, but we hold honor to all of you currently as allies. My sister has so much to say, but I thought I would introduce myself as well. I believe that the Society of Vampires has many troubles, and that it is our responsibility to keep things in order as much as we can, to be as normal as we can, productive members of a societal organization that is not just vampire. You are not food to be fed upon and abused. I believe there are other things in life that one can do to better themselves. And like my siblings, I have skills. I am a master alchemist, a master engineer, and I believe if you are to put your passion into your work, you can escape the desire to feed on others.
Ray would say you're an alchemist.
I am.
She smile.
He nods at you. But I will let my sister explain all the details that you need to know, but I wanted to let you know that if you had any questions, I am always here. Thank you, Lamast. He is very helpful in my goals and our family goals to keep things together. But they will all follow my orders. And she looks at him. Of course we will, sister. She
seems to be kind of following what her elder sister's telling her, but you can definitely tell that something's not right. She may not agree with all these things she's telling you, but
Not to Azen.
yeah.
So yes, Sorrel is the youngest next to Gidget. And you will have her as an ally as well. And you see Sorrel kind of smile with her pink eyes. Have no worry with me. I do not eat humans. I have never eaten humans. I've never had any blood from any living thing that is not an animal. Ever. I think it's gross. Bunnies are fluffy and snuggly, and little puppies, you know, their breath smells so good. So yeah, there's other alternatives. So I'm your friend.
Might be worse.
Yes, we know how you feel. Yes, she's okay as well. It is my brother that would be your only concern with our family. Sabian is, he is a live wire. He is usually affiliated with his music. He and his band, they happen to be playing this evening. I believe they are playing at the Embers nightclub. At midnight, I believe. But he very rarely does anything but take substances and allow his little followers to beef his ego up. He is a spoiled rock star, so to say.
Era's Legends and Lore.
Okay.
His band.
All right. So you have never heard of him, but your legends of lore tell you that if he's playing in Mirabilia, Mac would know. So you could ask Mac. He most likely would have an idea of who he is.
Okay.
So yes, as I was saying, the different vampire politics and groups are in that book. I will give you a quick overview, which is that the Council of Nine rule, and under them are the counts and countesses of the districts, meaning different places across Shill. And under the council and the countess and the counts are the judges. They are the ones that judge the vampires for their actions. Those that have not been keeping to the law and the code of the Council of Nine. And then the rest are affiliated with other groups and are known as the Children of the Ancient One. For we are all from him, for the most part. There were originally 3 families, so there are others that do not follow in the footsteps of our leader, whom, by the way, has been asleep for thousands of years until recently when the city of Sanguine was destroyed, which woke him. I believe that some of you are aware of what I speak. And of course, the Council of Nine and all of the elites and various other groups are not very happy that he is awake, for they have been ruling for so very long, and now they must answer to him. Though he has not called upon them, he has sent out a compulsion for all of us to come to Mirabilia, which is why your city has been changed like it has.
Eris would say, do you know why? Mirabilia?
Some would say that it is because of the destruction of the city of Sanguine, but I know better than that. There are two amongst you our people call the Sun Wraiths. And she looks at Vay and Ray. I believe my father is interested in the two of you, for the most part. You are an anomaly, something that did not exist when he went to sleep. I do not know what his end goal is or what his plans are, for he does not share those things with me. And I'm sure that he does not share everything with the council. But besides my father, there are things that you must prepare yourself for. Knowledge, like in that book, the elites, the hunters, the guild, the religious, the fugitives, the watchers, and the moon runners, and then those they call exos. So very much for you to learn. I will let you read through the book, and if you have any questions, you may ask myself or any of the family. We will allow you to think on these matters and decide whether or not you would like to be allies. The book that I have given you was written by someone else, and it is not my responsibility to share anything. I merely have given you something that I was requested to give you by one of the council members. So I am following their orders, even though the knowledge within that book will enable you to come against the council if used correctly. There's so much to tell you, but so very little time, for you are already late. The game has begun. We will do all we can to help the citizens of Mirabilia. We will do what we can to not anger the council, but to help you as much as possible. Currently, the countess of this district is a woman by the name of Beatrix Roth. I believe you know her. She answers to the Council of Nine and rules this district still. We must do what she tells us to do. My brother's band, the Council Fox, will be playing at Embers this evening. If you would find any way to make this agreement with us stronger, it would be to convince him as well. though I dare say this is next to impossible. He believes that there is a great evil coming. Something that is so powerful and so devastating that none of this matters. To convince him that this matters, you would gain a great ally. If that is even possible. He does not listen to us.
Vay will nod, and then he telepathies to Ray, and he tells her that her alchemy room, her office and alchemy room have been completed at the Sith. If you want to go look at it, just let me know.
What?
Yeah, I built you an alchemy room. It seems like we're gonna need it.
Yeah. I got
And
some ideas.
I kind of want to look at this.
That's amazing.
I want to look at this book.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've got some ideas. I think I have some things I could create that would really help with this vampire stuff.
Okay. So, back into the room where Lily is.
Mm-hmm.
As you're saying your goodbyes and everybody's leaving and everything, your mother goes, "What happened to your eyes, dear?
What do you mean?
They are purple."
I don't know.
You did not change them.
No.
That is odd.
It is odd. Who all is left in here with us?
Your mom, your dad, Bella, Tessa Von Rue, Gavin, and Benny.
And Fraser.
Appriciate, yeah. Appriciate will say, "Your eyes have been purple since you returned, dear. From the Citadel."
Does that mean that I'm no longer a seer?
Yes, that's what that means.
Wonder what happened. She looks like she's communing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It has to do with the thing in the south.
Yeah, it was making me crazy.
Ariax took it from you.
Of course she did.
Yes, it is for... It is to protect you.
Thank you, Ariax.
Your mother says, "I'm going to take Bella home."
Okay.
She gives you a hug.
I'll hug her. Hug Bella.
Okay. She hugs you back, and then they turn to leave, and your father kind of looks at you and then leans in real close to you, and he says, "There's much going on in this city. There is need for your magic. Half the city or more are creatures, vampires, and lycanthrope. Only 25% of the city is not." And he nods at you.
Do you have a plan?
I believe that is being taken care of downstairs as we speak, or at least a step in the right direction. There's a group of vampires down there introducing themselves. Allies, I believe. And he hurries and catches back up with your mother.
Wow.
Your brother's still in there too, and he nods at him when he leaves. Your dad nods at him, and he nods back at your dad. Your mom doesn't look at him though. And they leave with Bella.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up Myra's backpack,
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask Euphrasia,
Yes.
can you send somebody to my old room and gather all of my things from mine and Myra's room?
Absolutely.
I don't really want to go back
I
there.
can take care of it myself.
If we could just bring everything here.
Of course.
And then I look over at my brother, and I told my brother and his friends that I would put them to work and make sure that they had employment when we got back here, and I don't even know where to begin or what to do with that right now.
Tessa steps forward and she's like, we will get them situated. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Know that a spirit can find its way into Elysium.
Even without its soul?
Yes. It will not be whole, but it will be.
Thank you.
In the name of love, go in peace.
Thank you.
She'll get up and leave too. Benny and Gavin will leave as well. They come to you and give their condolences and
Give him a hug.
okay. You don't feel any different with your eyes. You just that's what you're told.
Right. Huh.
All right, hold there. Back into the sanctuary. She nods at you guys and says that she must leave, but that when you're ready to speak with her, she will be available. She gives you an open invitation to come to her house, come to their house. She tells you where it's at.
Eris will tell her, let us talk with the rest of the heroes of the North and we'll be in touch.
If there's anything I can do, or you have any questions about what's in the book, do not hesitate to ask. Until we see each other again.
They all leave. You guys are left in the sanctuary. Vay is looking through the book, you know, and he looks at Tuffy and he's like, hey, can't you copy this? And he's like, yeah, we can do that easily.
I want to read it too.
Yeah, let's get a copy for anyone that wants. All of us, we should all look at it.
Yeah.
He hands it to Tuffy, and Tuffy says, I'll be right back. And he leaves the sanctuary and goes to the back. Vay's like, well, as much as I fucking hate vampires, this might be a good idea.
Yeah. I agree.
Eris would say, as far as the Sabian guy goes, I might be able to talk to him. He's a bard. I'm a bard. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but...
No, you could be right. You're well known, renowned. Getting ready to do your ritual for your Magna Alumni, are you not?
Who says that?
Vay.
She kind of smile. Yeah. Speaking of, I have to go take care of some stuff first.
He nods. Well, I want to show Ray her new room anyway. We can all convene here in a little while if you want.
Yeah, sounds good. She'll look around for everybody.
Everybody's nodding and stuff. Vay says, Valia, you coming with us?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come with you.
Cool. Let's go to the Sith. He holds out his hand.
Take it.
Okay. You guys appear. You appear inside the office. And you're right by the door to what you can see through this glass is a huge alchemy room.
Nice.
Let me pull it up here.
She would tell them, I have some ideas, you guys, with this vampire stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Some stuff with our positive material. She'd look at Vay that I think could be really, really helpful.
Okay.
Positive material grenades,
Oh, goodness.
arrows that when they hit, they shoot positive material out. Things like that against vampires. That could be really, really useful.
All right.
We could weaponize it.
Well, let me know if you need anything. Everything you need should be in there.
Okay.
He hands you the key.
Take it.
All right.
Walk up. Unlock it.
All
Is it
right.
locked?
Yeah.
Unlock it.
Okay.
Walk in.
You see a massive alchemy room. This is what it looks like here. Towards the outside over here is this like emergency shower type of room. There's all kinds of stuff everywhere. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what you got. All kinds of plants and different things. It's full. Anything you can possibly think of that you would need with alchemy as a, basic
That's-
rule you think is in here.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'll just kind of like familiarize myself with it, and then get to work.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to try to make a positive material grenade.
So you go in there. Vay just kind of turns around and when you do that, and he goes into his office here. What do you do, Valia?
I'll go sit by the fire.
In the office? Or-
No. When there another fire up
Yeah,
there?
up there?
Yeah.
Okay. You come walking up this way, and when you round the corner right here to look at the fire, you see a statue of you right here.
Mm.
And it's more than a statue. You look at it, and part of the head is missing. You realize that's your original body, sitting in the corner there, turned into a statue. Kind of creepy.
Creepy.
And you look over and you see the unicorn sitting on the table dead without the unicorn horn. You're like, what the hell?
It's a little weird. They're
a
a
little
little
weird.
crazy. They were a little upset when you died.
Yeah. Yeah, so you sit down and you see yourself kind of staring like this, like at you.
Goodness.
Yeah. So what do you do?
I don't know how I feel about that now. It was cute when I wasn't here.
Right. Or if it would have just been a statue,
Right.
but it's actually your
not.
body.
Your whole body turned to stone.
Which is actually technically against the rules, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. Technically, no.
because I wasn't immortal
Yeah,
then, so no,
technically,
it's
no.
not.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
against the rules.
Oh God.
At least you don't have to take it from them.
Right.
It might be a fight there.
It might be a fight. It might be a fight. I'm gonna sit down by the fire, and I'm going to telepathy my hierarch.
Okay. With your aura.
Yes. Greetings.
Greetings, Valia.
I have some really good news that I wanted to share real quick. I have obtained the dragon rod. I have it in my possession.
The key to the door. Well done. Well done indeed.
Thank you.
You feel 20 power points come to you.
Nice.
Your gift from your hierarch for your success.
Thank you.
There are things that watch. Be aware. The enemy of your enemy is your friend. But it is still your enemy. Watch carefully and report back when you find the things that you know you must tell. And I will give you more power, Velia. You
Yes.
will be one step closer to fulfilling the prophecy. Completely ending such things, so that beings great and far will know your name.
Yes, sir.
Your father's greetings come deep from within the souls. He reaches out to touch you and tell you he is proud of your progress. And your mother worries for your very being and sends her love. Continue. We will speak again.
You feel like the aura disconnect from him.
And bring it back in
Okay.
to just above skin level.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to push it back out again.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull out that box with the dragon rod.
All right. Beautiful red box with intricate carvings and ornate filigree, and it's beautiful. No key or no lock. It's just closed with a latch.
Unlatch it.
Okay. You see this, what looks like a red ebony with claws here and there coming out. The rod itself looks like it has 7 distinct parts that have been placed together to create it. Different gemstones all along it. You can feel its artifact power when you open the box. You recognize it as an artifact, a greater artifact. Power from it is ancient and old.
I'm going to use my aura to protect myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pick it up.
Okay. You pick it up and you feel the energy from the artifact attempt to take a hold and attempt to do certain things to your being, but your aura prevents it from happening. But you do connect with what seem like beings that are in this rod. You can feel their presence. There's 7 of them. You immediately hear in Red Dragon, which you speak, greetings. And then you hear a human. Ah, you have touched the rod.
Greetings.
You hear some other voices, but they're in languages you don't understand. I don't think. Dwarven, Orcish.
Velia only speaks Verbadine, Vulcan,
Dragon tongues.
Dragon tongues, and Common.
Yeah, and you don't understand any of these others. You've heard them, Elven, like you recognize the language, but you don't understand what they're saying.
Okay.
Yeah. They all kind of say some things, and then you hear the human say, she understands only but a few of us. Calm down, calm down. Greetings.
Greetings.
So you will be using the key and freeing us. Prophecy is going to end. Is this the truth and the way?
It is.
This is exciting.
It is.
You hear another speech of some sort that you don't understand. He's like, calm down, calm down. Some of us do not wish to follow the path of completing the prophecy, just so you know. They are scared that they will be devoured and destroyed in so doing. Myself and, well, the other, you understand. We agree that we will be freed when you use us. It is an existential conversation that we have been having for some time, since we were placed within this rod.
How many thousands of years has it been?
Around 9,000 years ago. A little over, actually. So much has changed where you are, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited to learn what has happened.
Yeah.
You hear the dragon say, yes. Is two still there?
Who?
The mountain.
Yes.
This is good. There's so much we could teach you. We are your allies in preventing the prophecy from continuing. The two of us, at least. The others have their own beliefs, but since you cannot hear them, it matters not. You hear a couple other things speak. You seem to think that they can understand one another, though, which is weird. Maybe an emotional thing, an empathy thing, you're not sure.
Because they're
Probably
all
more.
part of the rod.
Might be some kind of telepathy, you're not sure.
Okay.
Like if you weren't if your aura wasn't on, you might be able to communicate with all of them through the rod. But other things might happen too.
Yeah.
So, but you're completely protected by your aura as an immortal. It does not affect you.
Nice.
Yeah. You do realize the rod has 7 enchantments on it, like as a weapon. Like it's a +7 rod. You could hit somebody with this, and you'd have a +7 to hit with it. It's fucking powerful, most powerful magic you've ever felt. You actually, when you put the 2 swords together and they gave you that +10, that's the most you've ever felt. But this thing is more powerful than your sword. Like, you're aware of that.
Yeah.
As far as Dwemer's and magic go.
Okay.
It's ancient.
Yeah. 9,000 years.
Yeah. It's powerful.
Plus. Wow.
But that also, go ahead and make a roll into your intelligence.
Yes.
So, that's when it started.
Yes.
That's when it started. That's when the gods and the dragons imprisoned this 9,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So you are the first being so far of the party that's aware of how long it's been. So it's been 3 cycles.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's a long fucking time.
Long
to be
time.
trapped.
Yeah.
Wow.
These beings that are talking to you now don't seem to have like a mental problem or anything. You know, like they seem to be okay. You're not sure why, what's going on with that. You would think they'd be crazy after that long, but
Yeah.
they seem to be, the 2 that you're talking to seem to be okay.
So, you say that you have much that you can teach me. If you could pick, what would be the most important thing? What would it be?
That when you unlock it, you run. as fast and as far as you can, and as quickly as you can. Do not try to destroy it. It will destroy you.
That's what I've been told.
The dragon says, yes, but the things I have that I can teach you are knowledge of old ways. Just as you could teach me of knowledge of new ways. I'm sure magic has changed in 9,000 years.
I'm sure it has.
I can feel a presence, the dragon says. Within you and others close to you now are the energies, or some of the energies that were used when he was imprisoned. It is in your blood. We all agreed to this. We all volunteered, one from each race. And our energy was combined with the energy that is flowing through your blood and to others that are near you now.
So at some point, did some of the others lose their way if they don't believe that they'll be freed now?
They have listened to the great evil. Some of them believe that they will help this great evil and be given positions of power when everything is destroyed. What they don't understand is they will be destroyed as well. But many of them do not agree with this. Though their goal aligns with ours and yours, so it is merely an existential conversation as to what will happen. Then there are others that believe that we will be destroyed and sacrificed when used as the key. Some believe we will not be able to escape, that when it is released it will come across us and destroy us first. There is one amongst us that believes that unlocking the prison will just continue the prophecy. And though we have no proof of this, for the 2 times before now have not happened, there are still those that believe that way.
That's strange to me.
Part of being affected and imprisoned like he was, or it was the ability to touch some of us with its mind. It was the trap. That was the trap. And those that it touched believe and follow.
Essentially, they've been rendered insane.
Insanity in the form of caring for nothing. Insanity in the form of not believing that anything has happened. No concerns. Only a goal to follow. All right, Ray, you start looking through the alchemy room for a way to create these grenades. Go ahead and make your alchemy check and your engineering check.
Alright.
Yes, under alchemy. Yes, under engineering. It was a critical success under alchemy.
All right, so you're aware that if you had negative material energy right now, you could put positive material and find out what takes place between the two of them. And through your knowledge of your alchemy, you've realized they would cause a sort of explosion when those two are brought together. The problem is the explosion would be the negative material. It would be what went out, not the positive. You would need some sort of casing to hold the negative material in the center, and then have positive material over the outside of that, giving it a way to explode in the opposite way that it naturally is trying to explode.
Okay.
To do that would require a metal or some type of substance or material that would keep that negative material from devouring it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of metal can hold negative material?
You don't know. You have no idea. And as you look around, you're like, you've never heard of that. And with your alchemy roll, since it was a critical success, you're aware that there's no material in here that would do that. And you're not sure what would. This would require a great deal of research. You do know that if you use vulcanite, it could cause it to explode bigger. But
would it hold the negative material?
Would not hold the negative material in place. That would require some other material. You don't know. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Shit. So I gotta research, figure
Yeah.
out what kind of metal would
Yeah.
hold such a thing.
Or whatever it is.
Or whatever
might
it
be.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, fuck.
All right.
Okay.
So, Eris,
Yes. Go
you're
find-
coming close to the time when you're supposed to meet Emmett at the Druid Circle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Lily.
Okay. You can find her. She's
Still in that room.
still in that room.
Nice.
When you come up, you see they're taking the coffin out through a dimensional fold.
Okay.
And Lily's there.
I'll walk up to her.
Okay.
Hey, you.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm okay. You wanna come get out of here with me for a little while? She'll smile at you. Yeah?
Yeah.
I need somebody to go with me. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
She'll take her.
I'll
by the
turn to
arm.
Afrasia and hand her the backpack.
Okay.
Tell her that I have to go do something with Erez,
Okay.
and I'll be back.
Should I go with you, or should I just do these things for you?
You can just take care of that stuff,
Okay.
and then we won't be very long.
Okay. That sounds good.
Sierra is gonna look off to the side, like, eh.
Okay.
But she doesn't say anything. You feel me? She's like,
You're only allowed
yeah,
one witness.
one witness.
Okay, she'll take care of that for you.
Thank you so much for everything.
Of course. Of course.
Grab her hand.
You look at her for a second when you grab her hand, and you do notice that her eyes are purple now. When you grab her hand to teleport and you smile and she's taking care of that for you, just for a second, you see Myra. It's not Afrasia. You're like, and then you blink and you realize she looks almost identical to Myra in so many ways. Obviously she's not. When you look at her again, you're like, but it gives you that, it like gives you this jump start. You're like, kind of disturbs you a little bit. And you teleport?
Yeah,
Okay. You use the staff?
I do.
So you appear right in the center of the Druid Circle,
I do.
which, yeah, should be impossible, but you're carrying the staff. As soon as you appear, all the Druids kind of whip around like, what the fuck?
All the druids are there.
You see there are 18 of them.
Oh, it was supposed to
And
just be Emmett.
Emmett as well.
What the fuck?
Emmett smiles at you when you appear, and you're holding this staff of the 10th circle.
I am.
And they all kind of gawk at you for a second and
She'll
shock
smile
and
back
awe.
at Emmett.
He smiles. He kind of looks around at everyone, and then he says, "Greetings.
Greetings.
I always come with a good entrance, love."
She'll kind of bow respectfully.
He stands up and he bows to you. As I said, your ritual must take place. You have reached the status of Magna Alumni, and we are all here to honor you and to bring you into the council. All of those druids presently here are council members. He looks over at Lily and he says, "You have brought a witness."
I have.
He looks at the staff and smiles. You see the druid in front of you. He looks nervous. And he goes, "To arise to the status of a druid council member, you must, of course, battle to the death and defeat a member above you." And he looks at the druid down in front of him and he goes, "I concede, my lord." And he says, "Very well." And he smiles at him and he looks at you.
You're druid magical holding this staff. That's helpful.
Yeah, no, you're holding the staff, that staff. And at that point, Emmett says to you, it would be prudent for you to give that to him. But that is your choice.
She will. She'll.
All right. You hold it out, and he looks at it, kind of shocked, and looks at you like, "What the hell?" You see the two druids on his side kind of step forward a little bit, and he kind of looks at him, and then he kind of runs and grabs the staff out of your hand and spins it around and holds it up, and he's like, "Oh."
Somebody gonna snatch it.
And
The rest of the
she'll
druids
do the same. You
kind
know.
of step back, you know. Roll an observation, Lily, or Eris.
Oh goodness.
Yes, I got it.
To your left, you see Sorrel standing off to the side as one of the druids, and you're like, "What?" You see her pink eyes, and she smiles at you.
She'll smile at her. Nice.
Just met her, and you realize she's
She's a druid.
a druid.
That's pretty cool. She's a druid, but she eats
And
bunnies.
you
and
do see her
puppies.
holding a bunny. She's holding one in her hand, you know,
That's so
in her
creepy.
arm, all cuddly, and the bunny's just kind of.
It's creepy as hell. Fuck. Her snake's tongue.
Eris, you have come so far, and you are welcome amongst the druids. And you may take the northern position as the Magna Alumni of the North. Currently, there is not one presently in charge or inside of the Druid Council. There are many rogues, but none within the council in the North. So welcome to the Council of Druids. Being given a seat here requires that you must come to the meetings. You must give a vote. It also means that you get to meet all of us. Each of the druids before you is a hierophant and responsible for their own location, which means that everything that goes on in this world that they are aware of, you now have access to. Congratulations on your victory into the circle. See, the guy's still, that human, he's still looking at the staff. He's like not paying attention to what Emmett's saying at all. He's still just like, what the hell? The two druids next to him are kind of, you can tell there's like a jealousy thing going on. Is there something that you would like to say to the council before we complete the ritual?
Thank you for accepting me with open arms.
He smiles. And without further ado, if you will, please join with me. And he turns and looks at them all and stands up. And they start chanting and casting. They come around you. Each of them comes around you. They create a circle around you. Emmett kind of walks up to Lily and does this with his hand. He's like, to guide her out of the circle.
Mm-hmm.
And they begin to cast spell after spell after spell, and you feel yourself changing. You feel yourself taking on the fullness of the Magna Alumni, which we've kind of talked outside the game. You're aware you've been waiting for years to attain this position and this ability. And you can share, with whatever you want to, but
one of the coolest parts is I get 311 hit points.
yes,
Max hit points.
Yes, as a Magna Alumni, you are as healthy as can be, which means no matter what you rolled, going up in level, you attain the maximum roll of that level and your constitution. So yeah, you went from like 180 something hit points to 311
I did get -6 because I permanently have those 6 hit points taken off
from
from
Bala.
Bala fucking
Bitch.
but it's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, all these things happen. Your percentages for your charm goes up. Your ability to cast druidic spells. And now you can create a druid circle.
I can't.
And you gained so many languages.
So many languages.
So many languages. As many languages as you are level, which is 23.
Yeah.
You also gain the ability. So in first and second edition, druids don't heal 100% when they shift into their form. You could do 3 forms a day. You heal 33.33%. So if you did it 3 times, you would heal completely. But no matter what the form is that you take. So you have that as well. So yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
Bunch of other stuff that you already know about and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's epic. Congratulations on
Thank you.
reaching Magna Alumni.
First edition Magna Alumni.
Badass.
Not easy, man.
So yeah, we're gonna take a break right there, and we'll
Okay.
come back. And I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. I hope our Twitch stream's going smoothly. We're watching the chat and all that stuff. But we will be right back.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the known. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping, magic and the veil.
All right, we're back. All right, you have the rituals taking place, and you feel this energy. Like I said, you have grown in power
Greatly.
greatly. Finally attained your maximum level. Pretty cool. So you guys are going to have to walk out now
We
because
are.
you don't have the staff anymore.
Sorry.
So you have to go a mile, and it
Yeah.
takes a while through this forest.
On our way out, Ares will fill Lily in on the vampire stuff.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Nice.
So back to Vay and everyone at the Sith.
Okay.
So the alchemy thing, like I told you, you got that.
Yeah.
Vay, you hear him go, shit! And then you know, you're like, what the fuck?
I'll
You
walk
just hear
out
that.
there.
Okay. You see Bailey over at the fire. Bailey, you heard it too, so.
Go into his office. What's wrong?
Okay. He's sitting at his desk, and in front of him is the Black Bank book, and it's open.
What are you doing?
You see him kind of stand up, and he's like, fuck. Fuck.
What the fuck are you doing? Did you read that?
You know I did.
They.
We need to know who our enemies are.
I'm pretty sure if you read that, they know you know.
Yeah.
They.
So
It's just open sitting there. Oh, that's so tempting. That's
he just
so
kind of looks at you
tempting.
and raises an eyebrow, and
She'll walk over and look at it. Look down at it.
so
What's on
the
the
page that he's looking at has a bunch of names on it. And, one second.
I'm gonna regret this. Well, he can't kill me, so.
Yeah. The first one you see is Dr. Levitt.
Really?
Yeah.
He fucking got his fingers in goddamn everything.
He does.
What
He
the
does.
fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you live for thousands of years.
So you also see Empress Isabella,
Oh, really?
dwarven female from down south. Sultan Zul in the Danitarium, in the gladiator pits.
Uh-huh. Well, actually, Ray wasn't there for that.
Right. Then you see Usul and Isul. Queen Usul and Queen Isul. And on their names, and also, like all of these, it gives locations where it says Northern Banks, Southern Banks, Western Banks,
Like they're each in charge of a bank.
Eastern Banks. Bank of the Isles, things like that. So I'm going to go through these names.
Okay.
Morgan Orangefeather.
Morgan?
Yeah, Morgan. It says King Morgan Orangefeather. Southern Banks. Vorsha. Northeastern Banks. Vorsha. Vorsha. Vapor Roth and Trusen Roth. The House Roth. King Windcatcher and Queen Windcatcher.
What?
Vala Korsai. His exalted King Tu,
Hold on.
or his exalted
Hold on.
Emperor King Tu, T-U.
Okay.
And then Elder Viceroy of the Northwestern Banks.
Elder Viceroy. Why does that sound so familiar?
Who is this? Ray?
This is Ray.
Oh, you know who that is.
Who is Elder Viceroy?
Elder Way Council.
Oh, that's why that sounds familiar.
He's one of the Elder Way Council.
Fucking bitch. And not the one. Is he the Weasley looking one?
Yeah.
The one who's
Yeah.
supposedly like on our side or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jamal. Genderbrush.
That's not a surprise.
Lord Alistair. Mistress Igwilv.
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 Why does that sound familiar?
And, I don't know, and
Igwilv.
Jade.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
She would say that out loud. What the fuck?
He nods at you.
Jade? Really?
Belia will tell the two individuals that she's talking to, thank you for your time. We'll talk again soon.
Very well.
And
Very well.
she'll put it back in the box and close it.
Okay.
Vay screams fuck, and then Ray goes, what the fuck?
Yeah.
From the other
And
room.
Bailey
it
puts the rod in
away.
the box.
It's like, what's going on in there?
Put it into my bag. And I'll
Okay.
fucking get up and go see what the fuck's happening.
You see, they're looking at the book, the Black Bank book.
She's standing up, leaned over like
She's
this, looking at
it. Yeah.
Look up at Velia.
I
She's shaking her
can't
head.
leave you guys alone for 2 fucking seconds.
She's just shaking her head.
Mm,
You want to know?
not really.
I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed.
Now we need to decide whether to tell the rest of the heroes.
Well,
maybe they don't want to know, or should we even mention that we know?
I don't know. We can't be killed.
Right.
It's different for us.
Exactly. We'll keep this amongst ourselves for now, then. I don't know if it means all of these individuals are our enemies or not.
Well, Jade's in there. She's been fucking watching me since the beginning. I met her on the road from Monarch to Beacon. Like, when I didn't have my memory.
And Jamal's on there.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise
But,
me.
see, this is the thing. They all work together, these individuals. So, you know, they work together.
Vala? Really?
They work together.
Does that mean that Jamal has been allies with Vala this whole time?
Yes.
Right under our fucking noses? That's not cool, man.
I don't know what this means, but it doesn't. It's, yeah.
Who's Mistress Igwilf? Do you guys know who that is? It sounds so familiar.
Lily does, but Elliot does not.
Why does that sound so familiar? And King and Queen Windcatcher, what the fuck? Really? Isn't Queen Windcatcher Yayla's mom?
Yeah.
Like,
Lily's friend, Eris's friend. Yeah. Some heavy shit right there.
Elder Viceroy, really? She's just like in disbelief. She's just like, what the fuck? Goodness.
I know.
It's disgusting.
So, Vay says, I'm gonna go get the books. Tuffy's got them done.
Okay.
And go talk to Era, see if she's back yet.
Alright.
You guys are free to come and go. That key, by the way, will allow you to teleport into the Sith anytime.
Oh, nice.
Not into the Sith, into your alchemy room. But you can open the door, so you're good.
Okay.
And I would suggest setting protections up in that room. Because nobody should be using it but you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should put something up.
Like what? I don't have...
I don't know, poison it? Something. Or you're immune to it, so...
I guess I could do...
Really?
I could do glyphs of warding. I
Yeah,
can do that.
you don't want things exploding. Why don't you just put poison on everything? Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
it won't hurt me either, you know.
No, it won't. Okay. Yeah, it's a
Alright.
good idea.
I'm out of here.
I want that book as soon as you have it. in your
Same.
hand.
I'll get him.
Okay.
I'll let you know. He teleports.
Cool.
Look at Alien. This is a bunch of bullshit.
And he just left it here.
He did. He left it open on his
She'll
desk.
walk out. She'll just
What
leave
an
it there.
ass.
I'm
I'm not touching
I
it.
don't want that thing on my person.
Fuck
A
that.
safer place.
So,
I follow her out.
I have
Yeah.
some ideas with this stuff over here, but I'm kind of at a loss as to where to go next with it. I need some type of metal or something that can hold negative material without the negative material eating it.
But what about that alchemist that we just met?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. What was his name? Lamast?
Yes.
I was thinking about contacting him, but I don't know if I bring a vampire in here, Faye's gonna freak out. And again, it might be kind of funny.
It might be a lot funny.
Maybe I should do it just for that sake.
Like,
Didn't we all agree that they're our allies now?
Right. Yeah, but you know Faye. You know how he is. Anyway. Could be kind of funny.
Could be.
I've been a little bored, so might be time to stir up some chaos for him. I'm pretty sure he created that alchemy room for me because I made an alchemy station on his table. It was too much chaos.
For sure.
He couldn't take it.
Yeah. For sure.
So what?
Can I tell you how creepy it is to see myself standing in the corner?
I'll look over at it.
Yeah, you see her body, missing part of the head, you know.
It's my actual body. It's not just a statue.
No, it's a holy relic.
Oh, it's so creepy for me.
I'm so sorry. I can
I
imagine.
just thought I would point that out. And what is up with the damn unicorn?
Oh, fucking. So, Eris put it there. And then she wizard locked it to the table.
So now it's just there.
It's just, I don't know what to do with it. I don't think you can bring it back without the horn. I have no desire to mess. It's too much.
It's very creepy as well.
It's too much.
It's all very creepy.
Is it?
I'm sure that was how he intended it.
It's like a story of your
fucking
ascension
worked.
in the shroom.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful statue, and I mean, it might bless people, you never know. I mean, the goddess may come down and put some energy on it, you never know.
I'll try and look at it that way from now on. All right,
I'm
good.
not there, but
Right.
yeah, but if you thought that, I don't know.
I wonder.
So roll under your intelligence. Belia.
Yes.
You could make that an altar. You could easily give it the ability for people to pray to you. You could sanctify it. You could make a permanent blessing come off of it.
Oh, wow.
With your spells, there's lots of things you could do. You could make it to where if somebody walked up and touched it, it healed them. You could make it to where it cured disease. There's all kinds of things you could do as the avatar or immortal avatar of the goddess of the hunt.
That's fucking cool. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Or for that matter, to the unicorn. I mean,
Right.
you have all those, there's so many things you could do if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Not saying you do, but
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
you could make it curse people that, shouldn't be touching it. Or shouldn't be
People
coming
with
in here.
ill intentions.
Yeah, you could, because you have the ability, Velia has the ability to curse or
Yeah.
bless innately, which would be one of her main powers, Shit, she cursed Bahamut.
Yeah.
She did.
No, she's... yeah.
Yeah.
She's just standing there staring at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it's creepy and all that, and then she goes and just kind of looks at it for a second.
Now she's kind of got a half grin on her face.
You
Like,
know what I was curious about?
what?
If that unicorn is stone all the way on the inside of it. Or if it's like just the outside. Like if the whole thing is stone.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Do you think the statue of me isn't stone all the way through?
Well, they did that. But that happened after it died. So they were turned stone in different ways.
Oh, I see.
Basically, Bay turned your body to stone.
Yeah.
He like set that up and he like positioned you and then did flesh to stone. Yeah, it was weird. The unicorn, on the other hand, just turned to stone after
Just
it
did
died.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Like, that's actually the position it was in when we found it, because it just
Gotcha.
turned to stone. I don't know. I would guess if you put the unicorn horn back on it and probably did a restoration, it would probably come back to life. would be my guess.
Except for Fuckface has a horn.
Yeah.
Which is why it's still here. Well, I have an idea.
What?
I can turn this whole area into an altar
Oh, yeah?
and do some things
Okay.
with it. Are you gonna contact that kid?
I am.
Okay. You're gonna stay here, right?
I am.
You're gonna have him come here.
Yo, I'm not going there.
Okay.
I don't go into
Okay.
a fucking vampire house. Are you kidding me?
Cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna work on this then.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Alright. She's telepathy Lamast. Hey.
Hello?
Dre.
Oh. Hi.
You said you were a master alchemist and engineer, right?
I am. It is my passion.
Would you mind lending me your wisdom? I'm working on something and I'm kind of stuck.
Okay. Where should I come?
The Sith?
Oh, okay. I'm here.
Oh.
May I come in?
Yeah, hold on. She'll walk out.
Okay.
Go let him in.
All right.
That was quick.
Pleasure to see you again.
You as well.
So you are an alchemist and an engineer.
I am.
What are you working on? He kind of looks around, you know.
I'll show you. Come here.
All right.
She'll take him to the alchemy room.
Velia, they walk in. He kind of smiles over at you.
Hello.
You're
You're working on the
Yeah.
altar.
Yes.
He kind of smiles at you and then cautiously goes past. And he says, so,
In here.
okay,
She'll walk in.
hold on. As you get to the door there, he stops and turns and looks at Velia, and he's like, and he goes to a knee. He's like, my goddess, he says.
Ray would smile.
He kneels.
Please stand up.
He stands back up. I did not know. I am sorry. I'm sure it is your desire to stay hidden.
No one should know.
Very well.
She's just got a smirk on her face.
He looks at you and he's like, do you worship her?
Of course. You should look at him. I was a protector. Are you kidding me?
He smiles real big and he seems to relax now.
Now that he knows she's here.
Yeah,
Nice.
he like relaxes. You can see it. He doesn't seem to be on edge. He does look in Bay's office when you guys walk by.
She'll walk to where she's in between.
Okay.
Can I?
All right. To try to remember that book is sitting in there on that table and open, I'm going to make you roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
And if you make it, you can do that.
That's one of my highest scores.
Yeah.
So.
No negatives or anything like that.
Yes. I made
Okay.
it.
You're able to
Yes.
cover it up, and he doesn't seem to notice it.
Nice.
And then you come to the doors.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
open it and let him in.
All right. He goes in. He's like, wow. He kind of smiles and looks at me. Are you sure you're an alchemist?
This is new. My brother just made this for me. But yes, I am. Why do you say that?
Because it looks like somebody that's interested in it, but not really. You know, it's not used.
It's not.
It's brand new.
Brand new.
It's quite
Courtesy-
wonderful.
Courtesy of my brother. Brand new. So she'll walk over and start showing him what she's working on.
He just stands there staring at you. As you walk over there, he's just like... And then he goes like that, and he's like, I'm sorry. I did not expect this. You are... unique.
She'll smile.
It's an honor to have met the Protector. You must be very skilled with the blade,
For sure.
but more skilled with the shield.
She'll kind of smile.
Yes.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I don't know. We will get to know one another better, I'm sure, if we're going to be working together. But you have the look of a shield. Your energy.
Makes sense.
When we walked past her, you protected her, even though you were many feet from her. You also stepped in front of the office so that I could not see what was there, protecting something else. And now when we come in here and I stare at you, you protect your heart. You don't want to like me, but I think we will become friends.
We'll see. Kind of smile.
I offer my friendship through gifts often. If you would permit me, I have something that you would find of great use.
She'll kind of turn her head to the side.
He reaches inside and pulls out of a bag this shield. It's a round shield. And it's made of some kind of metal.
Take it.
It's so light. Feels like paper.
What is this?
That is a vibranium shield. It is made from vibram, a very rare metal. There is probably what you see there in front of you and about the same amount in the whole world.
What?
Yes, something I've had for some time. I have been dabbling, trying to find a way to see a weakness, or perhaps use that metal for creations. Problem is I cannot change its form in any way, and have not been able to for at least 700 years of attempts. It will match a vibration or a sound. It will protect you from any sort of physical strike. If I may, hold it up.
She will.
See him pull a sword, and he walks over and hits it. When he does, it reflects the blade back away from you with a force, and it's like he's ready for it.
Huh. Would
And you hear like a ring in the air. And it knocks it back. Like if he wasn't prepared, it probably would have knocked it out of his hand.
shit.
You're not sure the magical dwemer or anything like that on this shield, but it blocked better than your shield. Like it.
Even the shield of absorption it blocked better than.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
He smiles at you.
She'll smile. So you said you can't alter its form at all?
No. In other words, you cannot take a piece of it from it. It will not melt. It will not disintegrate. It will not burn. It will
You
not.
tried sound?
Yes. Actually, there has been an understanding recently, like within the last 100 years or so, that this shield perhaps was created through sound by what they call sound witches. I do not know the details, but I know that it came from them. I have found nothing that it will not protect you from. If it is in the direction of some sort of energy, it will protect you. Even a spell. No matter what the spell.
Really?
Yes. If you're facing towards it, it will not affect you.
That's really cool.
It is very rare. One of a kind.
Thank you.
You are a shield. I can think of no one better to have it. Now, what are you creating?
She'll walk over and she'll start showing him
Okay.
what she was thinking with the
What's your wisdom?
20? Yeah, 20.
You realize Vay's compulsion. You feel it protect you from something. He goes, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
What was that?"
I don't know. It was some.
You see Lamass look at you, and he kind of holds his head down for a second.
Was that you?
Yes, but it was not on purpose.
Did you try to compel me?
It was not like that. He looks embarrassed. He's like,
Tell me.
I produce a pheromone when I find something attractive. And he looks down.
I have no control over it. I apologize. It's natural. He starts to cast a spell. He says, "If you do not mind, I would like to place a protection on me so that it does not affect you."
Okay.
See,
It didn't
yes.
affect me, but yeah, you're
He
fine.
casts a spell and it goes over him. What's your intelligence again?
19?
Yeah. You don't feel it anymore. Like it stops, and you don't feel the need to be protected.
Weird.
I'm sorry, I come from an ancient line. We have abilities and skills. You are Vulcan.
Yes.
Like you, we have skills gifted to us within our blood. Mine happens to be, one of them happens to be that.
Vampires have that? Or just.
Yes,
Really?
yes. It depends on who your sire is, on what you are, also what you were previous to your change.
Oh.
And, yes. Anyway, what is it that you need? What are you working on?
So once again, try to show him.
Okay.
Third time's a charm.
Right?
When you go through it all, he just kind of looks at you for a second like, whoa, and then he's like, This is for vampires, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I will help you. I do not know what... He looks at the vibranium shield and he's like,
She'll kind of smile.
I don't know. Maybe that would do it, but how would... I have found no way to manipulate it. And I don't think you'd want to use that.
Right.
But something similar.
Have you heard of anything that negative material won't eat? Take a drink of her poison.
So
Just remembering.
So the drow have a metal that might work. Very rare metal that comes from the Underdark.
What's it called?
Adamantium.
Adamantium?
Yes. Often high-ranking priestesses carry flails with them, and it's also said that some of the sword masters' blades are made of it.
Okay.
A connection with the drow, perhaps in the north. Deep
Maybe.
water.
I do have a friend that's drow, so she might know something.
Well, it would require someone that's already in the society. Or works with them directly. I do know a dealer for cloaks and boots. It is something that is used quite often by our people. Drow cloak and boots.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Nighttime.
Staple within our society. I mean, if it's touching the sun, then we are already in trouble.
Right.
Not all of us, but many of us.
Not all of you.
Yes.
What do you mean? Some of you can walk
see
in
him
the
kind of
sun.
go like this and look at his hand, and you see this ring with a sun symbol on it, and he goes, some of us have the ability to daywalk through magic. And then there are others, such as my father, who are not affected by it at all.
Does that come with age?
He
kinda
smiles. He smiles at you and he's like, it seems odd that I talk about us as another race of beings different than you. We are not much different.
Well, I'm definitely not a wraith. She'll look at him and kind of raise her eyebrow.
I'm sorry if you find offense to that word. I'm sure it was made to offend you.
I don't really care.
They hate you.
Hmm?
They feel you're the reason that they are all here. Because you destroyed Sanguine.
We did not destroy Sanguine. The storm giant destroyed Sanguine. We didn't even take ourselves to Sanguine. It was that gold dragon.
I know the truth of the matter. Gidget told me everything. But
But I understand why they would hate us.
you are the cause in a roundabout way. So for them, it would be difficult to convince them otherwise. I understand that it wasn't your fault directly. You did not choose to have your life saved by a gold dragon.
So, can I ask you a personal question about being a vampire?
Of course.
What is it in human blood that keeps the negative material inside of you from eating itself?
The death of our bodies.
What do you mean? Like, I mean in an alchemy kind of way.
In an alchemical kind of way?
Yes. What is it that stops that from happening? Do you know?
The blood.
It's just the blood? What is it that's in the blood that stops it, though?
Human or otherwise, it keeps us alive, though dead.
I was just wondering if it could be recreated. Those effects.
Perhaps a small undead gerbil. Or bunny rabbit. Or something small. An animal. I know my sister could probably help with that. That might work for your grenades.
What? An animal?
Yes,
Oh my god.
if they were undead. Gerbils would be the
Whoa.
perfect size.
I don't know,
And my
because
sister has plenty.
I'm pretty sure that as soon as the positive material touches the negative material, it'll explode.
The positive material will be placed on the outside. The gerbils placed in the inside.
I see what you're saying.
I could talk. I don't even have to talk to my sister. I could get some. She has an ongoing deal with them, and the ones that do become undead, she gets very sad with and tries to get rid of. You see, she does not believe in feeding on anything but animals, and she has a deal with them. As a druid, she can reincarnate, so everything that she feeds on that she doesn't kill completely in the fullest of undead ways, she brings back. She has several bunnies that she has fed on several times, and for some odd reason, fate brings them back as a bunny again. It is quite humane. They do have agreements. It doesn't taste the same. Yes. Why are we talking about blood?
Because
Again.
I was wanting to find a way to recreate a synthetic kind of blood that would make it to where you wouldn't have to feed on anything for those in the city who don't want to do so.
Yes.
We don't have to talk about
So,
that right now, though.
Stop right there. Eras and Lily, you teleport back to the temple.
Yes.
All right. Vey is there when you get there. He has books and he starts handing them out to everybody about the vampires.
Eris will take one.
Lily will take one.
How big is the book?
120 pages probably.
That's gonna take me forever to read. It is. It's gonna take her forever. Oh, she'll put it in her bag.
Vey's like, I can fill you in on things that you need to know, but
Okay. She's gonna telepathy Mac.
okay.
Hey, dude,
Hey, what up?
have you heard of the Council Fox?
Yeah,
Yeah?
vampire band.
Right, they're playing tonight in Mirabilia, right?
Yeah, that
Do you know
dude,
where?
Sabian. Yeah, it's at the Embers. It's a new vampire club up close to the temple complex area.
Do you know where it is?
I do.
Can you show me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He shows you in your head.
Nice. I think I'm gonna go.
You're fucking crazy, aren't you?
Well, I'm not gonna go alone.
I hope not. I don't want to.
I got somebody. You're good.
Oh. Okay. Of course you do. Fucking be safe if that's where you're going, man. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. I hear people die at his shows and shit, so be careful. I'm sure you won't, but.
Do you know where I have to go to, like, get tickets? Is there...
Oh, they don't charge for their shows.
No?
No.
Alright.
No. He's beyond that.
Makes sense. Are they any good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hear he's fucking amazing.
Could be fun.
His band, too, I hear they're really damn good. But I had never heard of them, so I did a little research.
Nice. I'm partially curious about their music, but...
They're anti-establishment. But I think establishment for them is different than what we're thinking. I think it's against the vampires. I don't think they like vampires. But vampires go to their shows, so I don't know. Anarchists, I don't know what the fuck they are, but yeah, they got a unique sounding music.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Thanks,
Sick.
man.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, I'll see you later. She'll disconnect.
Okay.
She'll look at Vay and be like, hey, do you wanna go to that concert tonight?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe go try to make allies?
Yeah. Fucking Ray's busy. Maybe Valia will come with us.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
Valia.
it would actually be good for her to be there.
Hey, Valia, you want to go to this concert with Eris and I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come to the temple. We're out front.
Okay. I'm making some changes to the statue of myself. I'll be there in a minute.
Huh?
It is creeping me out, so I'm gonna make it an altar
Oh. Okay.
with some cool stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. I'll be there in a few.
All right. All right, guys. That's where we're gonna stop for this evening.
Okay.
Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Lot going on.
Good game.
Had a good time. I hope our Twitch stream went all right. Thank you guys for joining us, and we're gonna come back next week and get back at it. And, thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to you guys out there, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. OriginalGM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are heroes.